You don't fail because your dreams are too small. You fail because your system is broken. Think about it. How many times have you set the same goal? Lose weight, save money, start the business, build discipline, and yet, weeks later, you're back where you started. James Clear revealed a brutal truth. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. That means your problem isn't motivation. It isn't discipline. It isn't willpower. It's the invisible system running your life. And here's the shocking part. Your system is working perfectly right now, perfectly designed to deliver the exact results you already have. So if you're tired of chasing goals that never stick, stay with me until the very end. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why you keep falling and how to finally build the system that makes success inevitable. You've been told your entire life, set big goals, dream big, aim high. And you did. You wrote them down, you made vision boards, you declared this year will be different. But deep down, you know the pattern. Weeks pass, maybe months. Motivation fades, life happens, the goal slips away, and then you feel the sting of failure again. It's not because you didn't want it enough. It's not because you're lazy. It's because goals don't save you. James Clear revealed a brutal truth. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Ethan's cycle of goals. Ethan wanted to get fit. Every January, he set the same resolution. This year, I'll lose the weight. I'll hit the gym. I'll get in shape. He started strong. Gym membership, meal prep, a week of consistency. But soon, stress from work piled up. He skipped one workout, then two, then three. Within a month, the goal was gone. Sound familiar? Ethan thought he failed because he lacked motivation. The truth? His system was broken. There was no routine built into his daily life, no cues to remind him, no environment that made fitness automatic. His system was perfectly designed to deliver what he already had: inconsistency. Maya's cycle of goals. Maya wanted to start her own business. She dreamed of financial freedom. She set bold income goals, even put sticky notes with dollar amounts on her mirror. She worked hard for a while, but then distractions came. Social media, fear of failure, endless busy work. Her goal was big, but her system was fragile. She had no schedule, no structure, no way to track progress. Her goal didn't collapse because it was wrong. It collapsed because her system couldn't carry it. Why goals fail you. Here's the harsh truth James Clear points out. Goals are not the problem, but they are never the solution. Think about it. Every athlete wants to win the championship. Every entrepreneur wants to succeed. Every student wants to graduate. The difference is never the goal. It's the system they run every single day. Goals give you direction. Systems give you progress. Without systems, goals are just wishes. But here's the mystery. If we know this, why do we still cling to goals like they're magic? The illusion of goals. Goals feel good because they give you a sense of control. When you set a goal, you feel like you've already achieved something. Your brain releases dopamine. But dopamine from a goal is a trick. It fades quickly. And when the high is gone, all that's left is the grind. Repetition, discipline, boredom. And without a system, boredom always wins. This is why people love setting goals but hate sticking to them. Goals are exciting, systems are invisible, but systems are where change actually happens. The hidden power of systems. Think of your life as a river. Your goals are the destinations you want to reach, but your systems are the current. No matter how much you paddle toward your goal, if your current flows in the opposite direction, you will always be pulled back. This is why James Clear says you don't rise to goals, you fall to systems. Because when life gets stressful, when willpower fades, when motivation dies, your system is the safety net. If it's strong, you keep moving forward. If it's weak, you fall. The 4 layers of change. James Clear explains that there are 4 layers of change. 1. Outcome change, goals. I want to lose 20 pounds. 2. Process change, systems. I will work out every morning and meal prep on Sundays. 3. Identity change. I am a healthy person. 4. Environment change. I will remove junk food from my house and keep running shoes by the door. Most people stop at the first layer, outcomes. They focus on the result without ever shifting the system that creates it. That's why they fail. But when you build systems, you naturally become the kind of person who achieves the goal anyway. Ethan's system shift. When Ethan realized this, he made a change. Instead of obsessing over the number on the scale, he built a new system. Put gym clothes next to his bed every night. Committed to 2 push-ups after brushing his teeth, no matter what. Removed soda from his fridge. It was small, almost laughable, but it worked. Because systems compound. Within weeks, his new system carried him into habits he didn't need to force. He stopped relying on motivation and started relying on structure. Maya's system shift. Maya did the same. Instead of obsessing over her income goal, she built a system. 90 minutes of deep work every morning before opening email. Phone in another room during work hours. Weekly accountability call with a mentor. The result? Progress became inevitable. Not overnight, not dramatic, but steady. And steady always wins. The painful truth. So here's the truth you must face. Your current system is perfectly designed to give you the results you already have. If you're overweight, it's because your system supports that outcome. If you're broke, it's because your system supports that outcome. If you're distracted, unproductive, restless, it's because your system feeds it. It's not a moral failing. It's not weakness. It's design. And the good news, you can redesign. The loop of curiosity. But here's the paradox. If building new systems is the key, why is it so hard to stick to them? Why do we sabotage ourselves even when we know better? Why do old habits pull us back even after we set up structures? The answer lies deeper in how habits are formed, how identity shapes behavior, and how environment silently controls us. That's the mystery we'll unlock next. James Clear made the truth unavoidable. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. But what does that actually mean? How do systems quietly determine whether you succeed or fail? The hidden engine of behavior. Most people think success is about motivation. Push harder, try again, want it more. But motivation is unreliable. It's like fire, it burns bright, then fades. Systems, however, are like gravity. They pull you consistently in a direction, whether you notice or not. If your system is built on distraction, you will drift into distraction. If your system is built on discipline, you will naturally fall into discipline. You don't get what you want, you get what your system allows. The power of habits. Systems are nothing more than collections of habits. James Clear explains, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Tiny actions, repeated daily, build into unstoppable change. One unhealthy meal won't ruin you, but repeated daily, it defines your health. One workout won't transform you, but repeated daily, it defines your body. 1 hour wasted scrolling won't destroy you, but repeated daily, it defines your destiny. Habits are invisible, but they are destiny. Ethan's habit shift. Ethan once relied on sheer willpower to hit the gym. It failed every time. But when he focused on habits, everything changed. Instead of saying, "I'll lose 20 pounds," he said, "I'll put on my gym shoes after work." That tiny habit didn't guarantee weight loss in the moment, but it guaranteed momentum. Momentum created consistency. Consistency created identity. Soon, Ethan no longer thought of himself as someone trying to get fit. He thought, "I am a person who works out." That's the shift. Identity over outcomes. James Clear makes a radical point. True change is not about outcomes, but identity. Most people say, I want to lose weight. But the real question is, who do I want to become? Because behavior follows identity. If you see yourself as lazy, you will fall into laziness. If you see yourself as disciplined, you will fall into discipline. Identity is the foundation. Systems are the structure. Outcomes are the result. Maya's identity shift. Maya was always the hustler. Busy, chaotic, always grinding. Her identity was tied to being overwhelmed. When she tried to change her outcomes, more money, more clients, she always collapsed back into exhaustion. But when she shifted identity, everything changed. She declared, I am the kind of person who creates value every day with focus. She didn't chase numbers. She chased alignment with her identity. Slowly, her habits shifted. Focused work first, distractions later. She designed her system around who she wanted to be. And as identity shifted, results followed. The role of environment. James Clear also emphasizes, environment is stronger than willpower. If your phone is on your desk, you will scroll. If junk food is in your pantry, you will eat it. If distractions are within reach, they will win. Your environment is the invisible hand guiding your behavior. So the smartest move is not to fight harder, it's to design your environment to make good habits easy and bad habits hard. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow. Want to work out more? Leave your shoes by the door. Want to stop scrolling? Delete the app or keep your phone in another room. Discipline is overrated. Environment is underestimated. The 2-minute rule. Another key principle James Clear teaches, start small. He calls it the 2-minute rule. Any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to do. Want to run? Put on your running shoes. Want to read? Open the book. Want to meditate? Sit for 2 minutes. Because once you start, momentum carries you forward. And if you repeat the small habit daily, it rewires your identity. The feedback loop of systems. Here's how it works. 1. Identity shapes behavior. I am a healthy person. 2. Behavior creates systems. You set routines that match that identity. 3. Systems reinforce identity. Every small action proves who you are. This loop grows stronger with repetition. And the longer you run a system, the harder it is to escape its gravity, whether it's a system of distraction or a system of productivity. Why systems matter? More than goals. Goals are about the finish line. Systems are about the journey. Goals are temporary. Systems are permanent. Goals motivate you once. Systems guide you daily. Goals can be abandoned. Systems define who you are. This is why most people fail. They try to jump to the finish line without building the path to get there. Systems are the path. The open question. But here's the problem. If habits, identity, and environment are the key, why do so many people still fail to change? Why do old habits pull us back even when we know better? Why do distractions creep in even when the system is clear? Why does the old identity still whisper, this is who you are, you'll never change? Because building systems is one thing, sustaining them is another. And that is the real trial, the one we face next. So now you know the truth. Goals don't carry you, systems do. You've seen how habits, identity, and environment shape your destiny. But here comes the real challenge. How do you sustain it? Because the moment you try to live by a new system, the trials appear. Trial 1. The weight of laziness. Ethan built his new habit system. Gym clothes by the door, simple workouts, small wins. But one morning, the alarm went off, and the weight of laziness crushed him. His mind whispered, skip today. Just one day, it doesn't matter. This is the first trial, laziness. Laziness is not failure. It's the body craving comfort. It's the mind conserving energy. James Clear's solution? The 2-minute rule. When Ethan felt resistance, he didn't demand an hour-long workout. He simply put on his shoes. That was it. Just 2 minutes. Most days, once the shoes were on, momentum carried him further. And even when it didn't, the system remained intact. He didn't break the chain. Trial 2. The seduction of distractions. Maya had a system. 90 minutes of deep work each morning, phone in another room, focus locked. But soon, distractions crept in. Notifications, social media, emails disguised as urgent. This is the second trial. Distractions. James Clear's principle is clear. You don't eliminate distractions by discipline, you eliminate them by design. So Maya changed her environment, removed social apps from her phone, kept her desk clean, only the tools for work, turned off notifications permanently. The result? Distractions lost their grip, not because she became stronger, but because her environment became smarter. Trial 3. The gravity of old habits. Ethan felt good after weeks of progress. But then, one stressful day, he slipped. He ordered fast food. He skipped the gym. Old habits returned, pulling him back. This is the third trial, the gravity of old habits. James Clear reminds us, habits never disappear, they wait. Like paths in the forest, they remain, ready to be walked again. The solution: don't aim for perfection, aim for recovery. Instead of shame, Ethan practiced resilience. One bad meal was just that, one meal. One skipped workout didn't erase weeks of progress. His system was strong enough to absorb the fall. Trial 4. The whisper of identity. Maya faced her hardest test. Even with her new system, a voice whispered, "You've always been a procrastinator. You've always been chaotic. This isn't who you are." This is the fourth trial, identity doubt. Systems collapse when your old identity still holds the steering wheel. James Clear's advice? Prove the new identity with evidence. Maya stopped trying to believe she was focused. Instead, she collected proof. Each morning of deep work was evidence. Each small win was a vote for her new self. Over time, the votes added up, and the old voice grew weaker. The practices that carry you through the trials. James Clear doesn't just expose the trials, he arms us with practices. 1. Habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing one. After I brush my teeth, I will do 2 push-ups. 2. Make it obvious. Use visual cues. Keep water on your desk to drink more. Keep books visible to read more. 3. Make it attractive. Pair habits with rewards. Listen to your favorite podcast only while running. 4. Make it easy. Reduce friction. Prepare clothes, simplify steps, shrink the habit until it's effortless. 5. Make it satisfying. Track progress, check off boxes. Give yourself immediate wins to keep momentum alive. These 4 laws of behavior design make systems stick, not by force, but by psychology. Ethan's breakthrough. Ethan struggled with his workouts, but the 2-minute rule saved him. Some days he only did the warm-up, but he never broke the system. And slowly, his identity shifted. He no longer thought, "I'm trying to be healthy." He thought, "I'm the kind of person who doesn't skip." That identity fueled him more than any goal ever had. Maya's breakthrough. Maya struggled with distraction, but redesigning her environment gave her freedom. She created a sacred space. No phone, no clutter, no noise. And in that space, her best ideas emerged. Each session became proof of who she was becoming. Focused, disciplined, creative. Her system didn't just protect her time, it revealed her potential. Your trial. And now it's your turn. You will face laziness. You will face distractions. You will fall back into old habits. You will hear the whispers of your old identity. The question is not whether trials come. The question is whether your system can carry you through them. Because if you build with James Clear's principles, you don't need to fear failure. You only need to keep casting votes for the person you want to become. The loop forward. But here lies the final test, the one most people never face, because building a system is powerful. Sustaining a system is victory. But the ultimate breakthrough is when the system disappears and you become it. When the line between effort and identity blurs. When habits are not what you do but who you are. That's the climax we are about to enter. Every story has a turning point. The goal was never just to build better habits. The goal was never just to follow a system. The real transformation is this: you become the system. Because once that happens, discipline is no longer something you chase. Productivity is no longer a fight. Focus is no longer forced. It is simply who you are. Ethan's transformation. Ethan no longer counts calories or forces himself to the gym. At first, he needed reminders, checklists, systems to carry him through. But now, fitness is not something Ethan does. Fitness is who Ethan is. When friends invite him to skip the gym, he doesn't wrestle with guilt. He simply thinks, "That's not me, I don't miss workouts." His identity has shifted. He is the system. Maya's transformation. Maya used to live in chaos, always busy, always distracted, always chasing goals she never reached. But as her system solidified, her identity transformed. Now, she doesn't need to motivate herself to do deep work. She doesn't rely on hacks. She simply knows, "I'm the kind of person who creates value every day." Her system no longer feels like effort, it feels like nature. And with that identity, success is not a matter of if. It is only a matter of time. The truth about systems. Here's the revelation. Your life today is the sum of your systems yesterday. And your life tomorrow will be the sum of the systems you build today. James Clear says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." But once you live long enough in a new system, something profound happens. You no longer fall, you rise naturally because your system has become your identity. Identity is destiny. Think about it. A smoker trying to quit says, "I'm trying to stop smoking." Identity, still a smoker. A non-smoker says, "I don't smoke." Identity, settled, complete. See the difference? One is fighting, the other has already become. And once identity shifts, behavior is inevitable. Your transformation, and now the spotlight turns to you. Maybe you've been Ethan, stuck in cycles of starting and quitting. Maybe you've been Maya, hustling endlessly but never building something lasting. But today you've seen the truth. Your problem is not you. It's your system, and if your system is broken, you can rebuild it step by step, habit by habit, vote by vote. And as you do, your identity shifts. Until one day, you wake up and realize you are no longer trying to be disciplined. You are disciplined. You are no longer trying to be productive. You are productive. You are no longer chasing goals. You are living them. The new you. This is the death of the old self, the one who lived in goals but collapsed in systems. And this is the birth of the new self, the one who doesn't just dream but designs, who doesn't just plan but practices, who doesn't just wish but becomes. Because goals may inspire you, but systems define you, and identity transforms you. This is your turning point, the benediction. So let these words echo inside you. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. But once you build your system, you rise into the level of your identity. And once your identity shifts, your destiny follows. This is not theory. This is not hope. This is practice. So today, make your choice. Build the system. Step into the identity. Become the person your goals always pointed to. Because success was never about wishing. It was about becoming. And now it's your turn. If you're still here, it means something inside you shifted. You didn't just watch a video, you walked through the truth. Goals are not enough. Systems shape your destiny. And now you stand at the edge of transformation. But insight without action is wasted. You must seal it with a ritual. First, press like. Don't see it as a button, see it as a declaration. The old me, guided only by goals and wishes, is gone. Every click is proof that you are ready to build systems that last. Second, hit subscribe. This is not just a channel. This is your accountability system. Every video here is designed to remind you, to pull you back into the path when old habits whisper. By subscribing, you are not just consuming content. You're building the structure that keeps you moving forward. Third, and most important, go to the comments and write these words. I choose systems over goals. Write it slowly. Feel the weight of it. Because when you type those words, you're casting your first vote for the new identity you are becoming. And if you want to go deeper, share one small system you'll commit to today, a 2-minute action that makes your future inevitable. This is not about willpower. This is not about wishing. This is about design. And today, you have taken the first step toward becoming the system that carries you to your destiny.